Not
Are you eating?
kind of. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it better than before?
Yes.
Good. Why do I turn this shit down?
Alright. And we'll get a couple more.
User settings. Oh.
I should probably get some music on. Let me get some music on.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, it's at a 1%. Hopefully. Alright, sounds good, Iron. Alright. So, if we don't have guests, we'll have Zach and then us. Oh, man. Hang on. Gotta find him. He's probably trying to join the one that we're in. Where is he? Technical difficulties. Invite. Copy. Should hopefully. Actually, I might make a roll for this so we don't have to do this crap. Get it. Oh, we're gonna shove this right there. The boys. Let's play it separately. We're gonna have it as that color. We're gonna make this a nice dark blue. And change nickname. Hang on. Send to TS. We're actually going to. I think that will allow to use external. Add reaction. Mute. Deafen. Actually, no. Okay. Save. Okay. Oh, awesome. Yeah. There we go. Can you hear us?
Oh.
Awesome.
Okay, now I can hear. That just blast in my ear.
Oh.
I think I'm deaf.
Good.
Let's talk about that. How I cannot hear.
Ooh, you sound like a cannon compared to me. Holy crap.
What?
Hang on. There. It's alright.
Okay.
What's up, Haley? Alright, so I gotta actually quickly announce this. I think I can just do that. And then So I don't think we're gonna have any.
We are.
That didn't work. That did not work.
I'll be back real quick. Just real quick.
Yeah, make sure you mute yourself. Copy, I think that's how it goes. Am I wrong? No, awesome. Okay. Good. So this one's taking a smidge longer because I wasn't able to really get here in time. But we're gonna announce it to everyone.
Epic. I cannot hear Carson.
Alright guys, so if everyone is alright, so it looks like it's only really gonna be the 3 of us tonight.
Okay.
So which is I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Oh, alright. So, so let's go ahead and go to our nice little scene here. One, please. So, today's topic is actually a one that we did for the second video last time. This is our new second video. And we're definitely gonna have more over break, but there might only be 1 or 2 of us versus the usual. I mean, there's originally 2. Well, sorry, 3, and then we had really only 2. So, but now Zach's in here with us. We got our 3rd.
Hello.
But Templar will not be with us for the week. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. You're getting a little quiet there. You might need to turn up your mic or bring it closer. I don't know. Is there? So today, yeah, we're doing movies. So I'm thinking the best thing to do is kind of section it here or there. So at the 25-minute mark, we'll actually kind of start it all up. So we're gonna have around 25 minutes for I think everything. I feel like that'll do. I don't know, but we'll kind of go over the sections. You know, horror, whatnot. By the way, if anyone's friends, we'll make a vote on what our next topic should be. You know. Thank you. And I mean, whatnot. So we're at the 25-minute mark. All right. So welcome to the Boys Podcast. Awesome. I'm here with Zach and Carson and me, Stone, personally. All right.
Yeah.
Epic.
So, so today we're talking about movies. So I think the best thing to do is really start out with one I think we can all relate to. You know, kind of the fantasy sort of out of this world kind of thing. You know, not our world. You know, so. The quality of head pats. That would be one that we could do maybe sometime, Iron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering. So who'd like to really go first? You know, because I mean I don't mind going first either way, but you know I was wondering if one of you guys want to go first.
All right. I'll go first.
All right, Carson will go first. All right, so Carson, what do you have for us today?
The movie Cats. You know.
Oh yeah, that new one that's coming
That
out.
one? that will come out soon.
Yep. So the Cats.
Those be freaky, not gonna lie.
Indeed. In any way, why? Please explain why you like to, talk about
I'll
this.
explain.
You'll explain.
I'll explain why are they doing it again? There are musicals of it, other than probably to pay an homage or to just to be like hey, there was this cool musical that actually looks better than the movie because of this horrible CGI. I have really nothing else other than it looks like nah.
So
But
there's
it might
definitely
be
a lot of musicians that are in here, I mean, being a musical, but like, I mean, for all the people that are in here, like Taylor Swift, um, we also have, you know, some names I can't pronounce. James Corden, I was surprised he'd be in here. Jason Derulo,
Yeah.
Stephen McRae. I mean, some of these, people that some people may not have, really thought of being in this,
Idris Elba. That guy.
But why would they want to kind of remake this?
Not most people know about it, to be honest. If you asked, hey, you know what Cats is, they wouldn't know. Well, until now, you would
Yeah.
have this live interpretation. But I feel like the character design it needs work. It really needs work.
I can definitely agree with you. I mean, because if you look at the guy who's actually like making this, like the director for Cats is Tom Hooper. Now, me and
I've
Carson were looking into this a little bit earlier today, and he's actually done quite a few. Red Dust, Longford, The Damned
no.
United, Cats coming out soon, and
Yeah.
like who I wanna.
I really put you on the spot.
Yeah. It's definitely a weird movie.
I think that if you're into weird things and musicals, there you go. You got your movie right there.
Yeah, definitely. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people would really enjoy this. I
Because
mean,
there's really. Oh, go
I
ahead.
I wonder if there's a lot of furries that'd be into this. Not gonna lie. I mean, I'm gonna bring that up now. Because if you think,
Probably are.
because like, I mean, not gonna lie. Like,
I mean,
what other crowd of people's going to watch this movie of talking cats?
People who like Neckos and all that.
they're
Well,
more anthropomorphic than
yeah,
Neckos.
yeah,
Because the Neckos half human, half.
yeah. Well, not really half, I would say. I mean, it still has the tail.
It's got the features, yeah.
Yeah. So, but otherwise, I think
Just throwing that out.
Cats is just really, to me, it's disturbing to look at. I mean, some of those faces. I mean, you put Taylor Swift's face on a cat, and it's like that doesn't really fit. That doesn't fit.
Hers looks better than the others.
Does it really?
To me, it does.
That's not good. Not gonna lie, that's not good. Yep. It's definitely nightmare fuel. I can agree on that one, Iron.
It's pretty scary.
Um, as a fantasy, I think they should definitely recreate it as a horror film. Not gonna lie, because I think that would actually be kind of funny.
What, Cats is a horror film?
because
This is a horror film?
because the jump
I
scares you
think
could
this is a
have.
great segue here, so.
Bro, the whole movie is a jump scare itself.
You're just sitting there screaming for a couple hours.
Your mom's like, what's wrong? Mom, it's scared. You just have night terrors.
Have a
Cat.
comedy / horror. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Was it the old It comedy kind of horror? Because it was. I know the older It was like a longer movie versus like the new one. Because the new one had to be split up in 2 parts versus its older one. You know, its older counterpart.
Yeah.
So I think. I mean, if I look at the history hand, so one was the old It. So. It. Right. So if I look up It, 2017, right? So that's when their newer one came out. I know It 2, Chapter 2 is out. I think, right? If I look that up, oh no, I don't want to watch an episode. Oh god. So it comes out on Blu-ray 12/10, which means I think it's already out. Yep, it's out.
My internet just cut out, sorry.
You're fine. So Iron and Haley, thank you guys. So yes, it's definitely a horror and comedy, which is weird because you wouldn't think those two could really. I mean, at least I wouldn't. I wouldn't think those two could really come together into
What,
something
horror and
that's
comedy?
yeah. I mean,
I mean, there's a lot of movies, horror movies, with the comedy aspect with it. Like, let's say, like, I don't know. Let's say, like, if there was a movie about Jason, another Friday movie, and then the guy gets his wang chopped off. Now that would be funny.
Are you sure that would be funny and not like kind of painful to the person who's watching it? Like
it'd be
just
about
a
as
little
painful
wince
as
from that
watching Salem Witch Trial.
eye.
Not gonna lie, watching Salem Witch Trial is weird. And that's a movie I don't want to revisit.
There's nothing wrong with the Crucible. Crucible's alright.
Yeah, but when you have girls that are naked, kind of running around, dance fire, drinking chicken blood, that's something to
It's
worry
nowhere
about.
near the end.
But it's like a part of the story. They're reenacting the story, so they gotta
Old
get
Nightmare
every
Elm Street
detail.
films had comedy with them. All right, so I can understand. So, I mean, I feel like if we could have more, comedy horror, like what Iron said, do the new ones though have it, because I feel like if you're gonna make a horror comedy, you can't
Yeah,
just fill in gaps with comedy. You gotta be able to aim towards one side and then the other.
yeah.
You
I
can't have like
think
a funny scene then just jump scare like ah,
I think the scary movies, you know about those
I think so. I've heard
parodies.
I've heard
They're like
about them.
they're like parodies of scary movies. They did it all right. It's like their main aspect is comedy, goofing on the.
Haley, if you're doing that kind of stuff,
Hi, Haley.
but I mean, all right. So I feel like it'd be a good mark now to kind of walk into from comedy from comedy horror, from comedy to comedy fantasy comedy to to kind of the horror now. So if we kind of think about horror movies, horror movies. So, if you look at the old
What
ones, I mean,
recent
their newer ones
horror
now are
movie?
pretty scary. Annabelle Comes Home.
Eh,
That Christmas one.
the what's it called?
Black
don't-
Christmas.
ones. There's lots of those.
There's like a Black Christmas or something like that. Oh, I forgot what it was called. It was a series.
You talking about
The
like
Nun. The Nun was weird.
I think most of today's horror films are pretty like cringy. Not gonna lie, because one I recently seen is an old one. Not an old one, but it's old in today's standards. It's called
Have you watched it?
no.
All right,
you float too.
that's a pretty scary one. Not gonna lie. Like I tried to watch it with my dad and stepmom, and I got. I mean, not gonna lie, that really Krampus. That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Krampus, that one's kind of nice.
Nice. All right.
It was alright.
I'm too tired to give you like a detailed explanation. All right.
That's fine. But like I think it was. I mean, a pretty decent. I mean, Stephen King. Some of these guys that are out right now, they're pretty good job at making these horror films.
Stephen King, he's the one who wrote the book.
Yeah, but he also made the movie.
Yes.
Iron, what
but
do you
the
think
book
about it?
made
Have
the
you watched it?
Movie did not make the book.
No. But now going from horror into horror fantasy, like all of them, like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday 13th, with Jason Voorhees, whatnot. Silence of the Lambs. I've not heard of that one.
Never watched it.
I have never heard of it actually.
So let's look it up. Okay, so Silence of the Lambs, 1991. Is that right?
I don't know.
So
I-
there's a
I
I
chapter
haven't watched
2.
it, so there could be other.
Okay. So Iron, what would you say about it? What can you say about it that is it bland? Whatnot. And also, while we're on the topic of it, with Stephen King, I heard that him and one other really good horror movie maker, whatnot, they're like teaming up together and they're making.
Stone, you there?
Yeah, sorry.
Alright.
That scared me, bro.
This could be
But,
its own horror right now.
Cannibal Killer. Huh.
I've
That's a little
never
weird.
heard-
Alright.
Never heard of these movies, to be honest.
But if we really, I think, look into the horror kind of film, I mean, lots of them, I feel like it is sometimes harder to make them, unless you're obviously Stephen King and whatnot. They're pretty strange. I mean, I don't want to be in their head, I don't want to know what's going on in their head if they're, coming out with this kind of stuff.
I mean, it's pretty hard to get someone scared these days. Not gonna lie.
That's because everyone expects everything now. Don't go down in the basement. Oh, he goes down in the basement.
Exactly.
Yeah, or don't walk into that sewer pipe, because obviously nothing's going to happen in there. I mean, next thing you know, they're getting gutted alive.
Wah, wah, wah.
So, honestly, not gonna lie though, I am not a horror film person. Like, I could attempt it, but
Yeah,
I have not Iron Dragon. But I'll bet you that one I will not watch because I'll
Never watched that either.
House of Corpses. Oh, this one came out. Oh, this trailer came out when I was born. Dang. Oh, it's like a. This looks like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of thingy. This trailer I know came out around when I was born. It looks 2002. Yeah, the year I was born. 2002, dang. But looking at it, it has the clowns and whatnot. Yeah, it looks like it has a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of feel. For some reason, I'm getting our favorite trailers of the week, and I'm seeing Keanu Reeves in a SpongeBob movie. But alright. Wow.
Yeah, let's talk about Keanu Reeves.
But hang on, why is
segue into
Keanu Reeves
Keanu
in the
Reeves.
SpongeBob movie?
bruh, because it's Keanu Reeves.
But it's SpongeBob.
But
He's
it's Keanu
breathtaking,
Reeves.
all right?
It's
It doesn't matter what
SpongeBob.
Keanu does. He's
But it's
breathtaking.
Keanu Reeves.
Let's talk about the Matrix. So
Perfect segue.
yeah.
Actually, I have.
As we all know, Keanu starred as Neo in Matrix, and also Lawrence Fishburne or whatever played Morpheus. They're apparently making another Matrix, and Keanu's going to be starring in there.
Again, which will be pretty good. I mean, I hope they keep
Well,
the.
hopefully.
I hope they keep it. Not really the same, because I mean, I hope if they're going to use different actors, because I hope they don't. But I mean, if they do, they need to veer away from the main storyline. Then not do the same thing, because if they're going to do the same thing, it's. I won't say it'll happen like with like Ghostbusters, because like there's a lot of pretty decent, Matrix fans out there. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
But like,
What I can tell you, I don't think they're going to use the same actors. Have you seen Lawrence Fishburne or whatever his last name is?
yeah,
You saw him. We saw him.
yeah,
He's getting pretty old.
Is there controversy? All right. I think another movie that should. Let's talk about the Ghostbusters. All right, so that Ghostbusters remake, not many people liked it. Obviously, I mean, if you look at its reviews, not good. No, not good.
Ghostbusters remake with the females?
Yes. And the biggest reason being is because they tried to keep it the same thing. They tried to redo their storyline from the original Ghostbusters, and you can't do that. You can't just try and remake a whole movie that make it politically correct. If they did a separate one, then yes, I think it would have done well. Really well.
Yeah.
Like
they should have done something different.
yeah, like keep it in the Ghostbusters feel, but like maybe have them as like Team 2 or I don't know.
The old Ghostbusters are like old and can't do their job no more, so they recruit them.
Yeah, see, like that, something like that. Like that, I think that would be pretty alright. I mean, something like that.
They just remade it so people weren't so offended about the old Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and some of these other remakes, like Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid's gonna
Little
be.
Mermaid got a remake?
It's about to. Well, not really a remake, but it's gonna have a live action, kind of like Lion King.
Oh
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna call
it's
that a remake.
Ariel's going to be black, so which I don't have a problem with. I don't think anyone should. I mean, it's as long as they keep it the same
It's just
and whatnot. I mean,
it's just changing the character a bit,
yeah.
but it
As long as
bothers some people.
I mean, as long as they're not changing the whole thing altogether, kind of like how they tried to do with Ghostbusters. I mean, as long as they're not making it a guy, it's like, and no one would want to watch that. As long as they don't do that, then that's fine.
Because I had a problem where I watched the Batman 1886, I believe, or 89. I don't remember. It was an old Batman film, and Harvey Dent was different than the
Uh,
Harvey Dent that we know.
yeah. Speaking of remakes, Pirates of the Caribbean, they're gonna remake it, but there's no Jack Black.
What?
It's gonna be a female.
He's the main character.
Yeah,
God
the main
damn it.
character's gonna
Wait.
be a female.
So it's like Captain
They
Jack
did
Sparrow.
that with Doomslayer. That didn't go so.
Did
What?
they actually?
Really?
Yeah, they made a movie. They made a Doom movie. They made a female. It didn't seem like it was that.
The Doom movies flopped. They were not. They did not stay consistent with Doom's plot at all. Like they had the company right, but like they were fighting aliens. You're supposed to be fighting demons, not aliens.
So, I think we should give some love to the older movies as well, besides remakes. Hating on remakes. I think if we open ours a little bit to the remake of Pirates of the Caribbean, if it's a different timeline and not trying to keep it the same, but with a different character, then hopefully it goes well. But if it's the same, storyline like they did with Ghostbusters, then yeah, it's gonna flop. Hard time. It's no,
Well, of course.
yeah. So it's hopefully they don't do the same thing with Ghostbusters and they learn from that. They learn from that movie. But otherwise, I mean, you really can't take Pirates of the Caribbean without, the original Captain Jack Sparrow, Jack Black. Or not Jack Black, oh my god.
Nice one. Nice one.
Remaking it altogether with a female. So, no Captain Jack Sparrow, it's like a female. So, yeah, that's true. Johnny Depp, thank you. I think they're like straight up remaking Han. Rebooting is sinking. Yep. So it's a reboot. That's what it is.
Nothing wrong with a reboot as long as they, of course, do it right.
Yeah. As long as you do it right, then it should be good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna do too well because I think we're kind of out of the pirate area of movies and more onto just different versions.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely. So Han. Okay. Got some questions. So what are the news, Iron? Sorry. So Carson, Zach, do you guys have any specific topics of like movies or whatnot you guys want to talk about?
Actually, oh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna talk about Joker. because that has been on my mind days in and days out.
I've heard the new Joker movie was good. Like,
It was amazing in my viewpoint.
I haven't watched it yet, so I'm gonna deafen myself. If you're gonna talk about like,
I'm not gonna spoil it because I'm not that type. I'm just talking about how good of an actor he was. He was a very good actor. Um,
okay.
good, I'm glad about
Oh,
that.
there you go,
but
Zach. Iron's talking about Half-Life 3 there. So we'll definitely talk about Half-Life 3 in another episode. I'm thinking
oh
next
yeah.
episode we could probably talk about a lot about.
I have a lot of stuff about Half-Life I'd
So
love to share.
so we can talk about that next stream,
All right,
which will be
but
fine. So
Phoenix was definitely on par to Keith Ledger's Joker appearance,
oh yeah,
and definitely not a Jared Leto, because Jared Leto, everyone knows it, he was trash.
yeah. Oh, the one from the newer.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that I didn't really enjoy Suicide Squad. That one was.
No,
I think that was a bombshell.
it really was though.
I didn't mind Suicide Squad. I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. It was just, eh.
The Joker parts were so unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's a big problem with it. That Jared Leto went all out. He went all crazy. He sent stuff. He sent other things that I probably shouldn't say on this podcast because I don't know how family friendly this podcast is.
I didn't say it was for kids.
Christian family
It
friendly.
is for.
That's
It is for English projects. So.
Yeah, anyways. His Phoenix's acting was very good. His choreographic, whatever I'm trying to say, blah blah blah. Can't English today. It was very good, and I enjoyed it. I think everyone should watch it. Get to experience.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
good.
do we have Lord of the Ring fans in here by chance?
Do we have?
'Cause-
Hopefully not.
Why did you just say hopefully not?
Kind of.
My dad's
Maybe.
gonna like beat you up. Lord of the Rings is pretty good. I like it. I kind
No,
of like the
no. I
Hobbit as
mean,
well.
I liked it. It's Lord of the Rings, man. Come on, I've read too many fantasies
Dark
with
Sinner.
and I'm just getting very annoyed from that.
Welcome, Dark. Good seeing you, my man. Yeah, we're talking about Lord of the Rings now.
No, we're not. No, we're
Yes,
not.
we are.
We didn't
I,
all agree on Lord of the Rings here.
Now we are. All right, so
um.
overrule.
Oh.
So have you guys? I know Carson's obviously watched it. He enjoys it. All right. So Zach, have you watched Lord of the Rings?
Clearly.
I don't have time to watch it.
What? Okay, tell me you've at least seen some of it.
I only know about that part everyone knows with whatever his name with the ring, and he's like, my precious.
Smeagol.
Meagle.
What was his name? Aragon, right? I liked his character, kinda. I also liked Gandalf Grey, Gollum, Smeagol. So what's the difference between Gollum and Smeagol, right? It's like two different personalities, right?
I'm pretty sure it's either Gollum or Smeagol, of course, but one of them's the Hobbit version, the kind version, and the other's the evil guy. You know, the one that wants to kill them all.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gollum's evil? Okay.
See, that's what I thought. I wasn't too sure though. I
Just
thought
making
Gollum
sure.
was the evil
I
guy.
had to check up on. memory. Okay. So I think one of my besides Aragon, I also liked. I think a lot of people hopefully Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf White. You know, I think he was a pretty cool character. I always liked the wizards.
I don't know, man. The man who turned to Sauron was pretty cool, I must say.
Sauron. Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, come on now. You know, Gandalf literally fought off what, a demon?
Uh,
What
uh,
did?
a something, a Balgrog, right? A Balgrog. I need to know the name. I can't remember.
Oh,
I was close.
Balrog.
Balrog.
Okay.
Balrog.
So
It had-
I think that was. That's when he became. Oh, was he? Oh dang. Gandalf's smart. He's like, ha, these fools.
There's a whole thing about Gandalf that he's actually not really that much of a wizard. He's more of a fighter. So every time you see him, he uses mediocre magic, but he's always swinging. He's a very good fighter.
Gandalf the tank. The berserker.
Every time he goes into a fight, he's always got a staff or a sword or something, and he's fighting. And then when he does magic, he barely does any type of.
I feel like that's also to conserve energy though, right? Because when you do magic, any mage, he'll have his mana pool.
All the other main their powers.
Yeah.
And then you look at what he does.
Yeah, that's true. So, Hobbit was the prequel, right? What'd you think about that one?
The Hobbit's technically before the.
I know,
Lord of the
yeah,
Rings.
that's why I said prequel.
Hold on.
It's a prequel.
Yeah, oh yeah, that makes sense now. That makes sense. I'm an idiot. Let's move on.
I don't think it was horrible. I mean, I like my favorite character out of that one was actually the one of the dwarves.
Huh.
It was the guy that was. No, not
I
those,
like
not
Smaug.
those ones.
Smaug was pretty cool.
What dwarf? I forgot his name, but he had a long red beard, and he was always tripping over it.
You're gonna have to toss me.
No, but
One of the opening scenes is the best thing. They're all in his house.
oh yeah, when they're all in. Yeah. Good race. I don't know. I mean, dwarves can be pretty greedy. You never toss a dwarf, indeed. So, but I know let's go a little further in time now. Go into Star Wars. I think people likes it.
Star Wars or Stargate. Let's
Stargate.
just completely smear Star Wars off here and go to Stargate.
What?
Huh?
We can't. All right. You know what? I'll have a guest speaker if I can get her on for Star Wars.
Come on.
We'll have a
Is
whole
that-
episode for Star Wars, and
I'm
We'll-
fine with that. I
we'll
just
make
want
it
to talk
cool.
about Stargate.
All right,
It's
please.
a good movie.
All right, talk about Stargate for us then, Mr.
Oh,
Carson.
Stargate's set in around this time.
I can.
It's
make it
about
dark.
the government who finds a gate and this archaeologist dude. He I can't remember it.
What? Dark.
It's
We
been a
will
while.
talk about it. Don't worry. We'll get into Star Wars. We'll have a whole episode dedicated to Star Wars. Don't worry.
I'm talking about Stargate. I'm not
I
talking
know.
about Star. He said
Look,
Star Wars.
I know. I'm talking the dark. All right.
Oh.
See, you have another Stargate buddy there. See, he knows. So,
Yeah, it has been a while.
um, let's see. What's another?
My dad decided to get like the whole set of like Stargate like series, so I have to watch all that.
I know this, Dirk. I know it is your love. So, did you know, Dirk? That's awesome. Now, after kind of going over like sci-fi, fantasy, horror, comedy, what's your guys' favorite movie you want to watch? Carson, we'll go with you. What's your favorite movie that you like to watch?
You're putting me on the spot right here.
I am, because you put me on
I
the spot.
wasn't. Yeah, I put you on the spot with cats, but that doesn't mean I can get put on
No.
the spot. All right.
What's your favorite
I'm
movie?
the one who I'm the one who had the
No.
idea of this podcast. I can tear it all down.
No. What's your favorite movie? Tell us right now. Everyone's wondering right now. Our whole 3 people.
Right. You're gonna have to give me a moment. Go ask Zach. I need to think.
All right, we'll be right back, Carson. Zach, what is your favorite movie you like to watch?
Well, I practically already told you it.
All right, so it's Joker then. All right.
You know, and Cube.
And Cube.
Cube.
What is Cube? Please explain.
So it's this movie where these people are in a cube, right? They don't know each other. They forgot everything. They have nothing. They can only remember what they left behind, and they gotta work together to get out. And the people start getting angry with each other. They start killing each other.
Oh,
Oh, and some rooms are trapped, by the way.
so
If
this
you haven't
sounds like Escape Room. That movie I've seen. Have you seen
Yeah,
that trailer? That's what
no.
it sounds like.
But it's a
So,
pretty good movie.
all right.
Okay, so I
Did
think
I
should
ask
be...
you yet?
Yes, you did. You asked me before Zach,
No,
and
be
I passed it
quiet.
off to
Be
him.
quiet.
All right.
No. All right. Carson, what is your favorite movie now?
Nice one there. I think my favorite movie
All right, guys.
is.
Thank you for watching the podcast.
You don't. You stop this right now.
I'm
all
just
right?
yeah, I'm
I
just
think
kidding.
my favorite crap. My favorite movie.
Your favorite podcast is The Boys. All right.
No. Well, that and my favorite movie is I think there's a movie at least. I haven't
You have
really
30
checked.
seconds.
I'll just say series if there isn't a movie. Neon Genesis Evangelion, and that's that.
All right. Anime. All right. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Understandable. You've redeemed
All right.
yourself. Maybe we'll have an episode towards that. Actually, that'd be something nice to talk about. I feel because we all know it.
That'll be a while. I mean, that'll take a long time just trying to get like the information out of it.
We'll have part 2 as well. We'll have a couple parts to it.
I'm glad that it's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure Netflix is the only one that has Neon Genesis Evangelion on it.
Actually, no. There's other stuff, but the one on
That's
Netflix.
not pirated.
Well, no, it's not even pirated. It's actually an official website, but I'll have to send it to you sometime. But the one on Netflix, I heard a lot of hate on that one because they actually changed like a lot of the speech on there, so you have like a lot of stuff that's not what the original anime would say, you know. Which I think would suck. I mean, in Dark, you will have your Star Wars fun time, okay? That's the next episode. We'll say. How about that? There's a lot to talk about that. And but we're gonna have. So we're hitting the 1 hour 7-minute mark soon. And all right, Derek, we'll allow it. But I think my favorite movie that I think I could.
What is it, Stone? Stone, tell us.
Oh well, don't worry. So I think a movie that I can always. Your headset might be plugged, Mr. Carson, but
Yeah.
a movie I think. I mean, I think I could really watch any movie, but I think if anything, I could probably rewatch Godzilla. I like Godzilla. I think those ones are really cool.
Yeah.
Well, we lost one of our buddies, which is not good. So once we hit the 1 minute or 1 hour 10 mark, I think that'll be a wrap, you know. But I mean, I think the reason why I like Godzilla is I like the monsters. I think I've always have, you know. One of my favorites, you know, Mothra. That's a pretty cool one. You know, Godzilla himself. I think the first time I ever got into him was. I think the first one I ever watched was one of the cheesier ones, with the costume.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, an alien, you know, came down, you know, they're like, oh, dang, you know. No, it had English in it. Well, I think it was, yeah, subtitled. My favorite part. Hello, welcome back. My favorite part, though, from the Godzilla movie was them learning. He's just like, oh, you know, this alien's, you know, trying to copy Godzilla, pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and then Godzilla, you know, he's like, rah, charges into his mouth and blows him up, pretty much. That was pretty funny. But I didn't like the one where it's on two legs, you know, just like kind of like a T-Rex.
Yeah.
That one really I did not like. All the others I've enjoyed. I haven't seen King of Monsters yet, and that's the one I'm really looking forward to watching soon.
I heard it's bad.
So we're hitting the 1 hour, 9 minute, 50-second mark. So is there anything you guys want to add before we cast off?
Follow YB and Res World on SoundCloud and Spotify.
Carson, do you have anything?
Also
Oh, that's on YouTube. Forget about Spotify. I'm not too sure yet.
Oh yeah, I want to hear this on Spotify.
So I want to thank everyone for joining us for today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. It's
a real honor.
Well, yeah, shout outs for Darks.
Shout out, Stone.
So thank you guys for joining us for today, and that's the end for the boys. So I hope you guys come back for the next episode.
Oh yeah.
Have fun, everyone, and we're heading out. Oh my god. So, good night, everyone.
Night, everybody.